Hi, hello. This is a video that I wanted to make. This is what I wish I knew when I was younger, as an artist, a beginner artist, and I have a feeling that you guys would like to know because there's a lot of things that stumped me as a child, and now that I'm older, I was like, oh. So, yeah. Number one, I don't know how many there will be, but just number one, digital painting in general, or how people say it, rendering. It's turning 2D art into 3D. Everybody has their own style, but one thing I was always stumped about was the fact that I would sketch it and then I would do line art on top, but change it to the color of the skin, which was horrifying. So I think that I could help with that, or if you guys want a video towards that, then I could do that. But something that absolutely helped me was figuring out how to render in general, and it helped me improve with rendering, so that may help. What you first have to do is the sketch, and then you have to color on the bottom, but merge them together and just shade, like just try shading a little bit on this coloring, and then after that merge them together, and then you shade. It's like you're shading but on top of the sketch. It's fine if there's some lines there, you could erase them later or just completely erase them by coloring on top, but it makes it look so much neutral. And yeah, just do that, because I used to just color on top of the sketch, and just don't do that. It's gonna really make it look ugly. So just shade on top of the line art and the coloring at the bottom. If you guys want more information about that, then I will make a video for that. So yeah. Number two, a lot of lines aren't bad. So by that I mean, because when I was younger, my sister, who is an artist, told me, hey, do not add too many strands of hair on the character. It makes it look really realistic and ugly. And then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want it to look ugly. So I restrained myself from doing a lot of hair strands, as well as people telling me that a lot of wrinkles in clothing look ugly and do not look good at all. So I didn't do it. But don't restrict yourself. Honestly, I restricted myself, and that was like the worst decision of my life. But now that I actually got out of that, I do a lot of lines, and it makes my art look completely beautiful. And not beautiful, I really don't think my art is never perfect, but it makes it look better. There you go, a little better than it used to be. So if you want your art to be a little more lively, a little more realistic, wrinkles are a really good thing on it. And don't restrict yourself, add as much as you want. There's no one telling you what art is, so yeah, don't restrict yourself. Number three, do not practice. And I know a lot of artists are gonna be like, what? Because as an artist, a lot of people will tell you, practice, that's how you're gonna get better. But that's the thing, you're not supposed to practice. You're not supposed to practice art. What you're supposed to practice is the fundamentals of art. So for example, a beginner artist will ask, hey, what do I do with this? Or a beginner artist will be like, how are you so good at art? And they'll tell you, oh, I just practice, or just practice, you'll get good. That's not helping. They're gonna practice the most hard stuff, and they're not gonna get good. So what you need to practice first is find what you want to practice. Like, let's say you like drawing animals. Practice the anatomy of animals. Practice how their skull works. Practice how their bones work, and their muscle, and everything under all of that. As well as if you want to draw humans, then you need to practice their skull structure, their anatomy, where their muscle goes, where their skin goes, before you practice how to do hair. Because let's say you want to do humans, but then you're like, let me just look at hair instructions or tutorials on how to do clothing, but you don't even know how to do the base. So first you need to practice base structure before that, and as well as like coloring. Let's say you want to color, you need to study color theory, and you need to study the shading and lighting. So I think that do not practice, but you are supposed to practice the fundamentals of art. So practice what you need to practice. Don't practice everything. But I'm not going to stop you from practicing everything. I mean, I haven't stopped myself from practicing everything. So if you want to do that, good luck to you. Number 4, hands. I wish I knew about hands and such like that, because I used to be very, I used to hide my hands, or I used to not do hands pretty well. But I learned that you're supposed to be more free with your hands. If you're going to restrict yourself to pretty looking hands, or you're going to restrict yourself to some sort of pointy look, try to make hands look, they could look ugly, they could look boxy. It doesn't have to be a perfect slim look. So as long as you work with perspective, and as long as you work with the body flow, then your hands will turn out well. Number 5, this is probably not for anybody, but it will work as well for artists as well. But as an animator myself, I wish I knew this as a child, but record yourself doing things. Like, let's say you want to animate someone holding someone's hand, or animate someone walking, or somebody holding the camera. Record yourself doing that. It will help you find out how the body is supposed to move, because if you animate something that you're moving the hand, but you don't realize how a hand is supposed to move, you're going to make it look wonky. So practice doing that. Practice recording yourself, and then you'll see how the body is supposed to move and where to add blurs to make your animation look actually fluent, and to see how it moves. As well as artists, take a picture of yourself doing a pose to see how the body works, and just, you are your reference. You could be your own reference. You're right there. Take a picture of yourself, and you could even record yourself and then have like a stop frame of what you really want if you can't really grasp it. And especially since if you record yourself doing that movement instead of a pause, it will be much better because it's gonna look more natural. So record yourself doing anything if you want to draw or animate. It is the best reference you could do. Those are the only tips I have for now. If you want more tips, then I could totally think about them and put them in a future video. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope these helped a lot. It surely helped me become a better artist. So thank you guys for listening, and I hope you guys had a good rest of your day. This is Citrix signing out, and bye.